We don't want you on our team.
Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith here. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Dad was the most humble of humble people. He would give blood every week.
Okay.
Can you for 40 years. Maybe as often as you could give blood.
Did you give blood? No, not giving, hoarding. I'm storing it at the blood bank, just in case. In case of what?
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You would get a little red pen with a cross on it, like the Red Cross.
Yeah, the Red Cross, sure.
So they were everywhere, all over there, because he gave gallons and gallons of blood throughout his life.
Oh, no. Where's the blood? It's in here, isn't it? You stop it. What is this? It's Jell-O. This is blood, isn't it? This is tomato juice, look. Oh, you're sick! You're sick! Will you calm down? I took all my blood down to Newman's. He let me put it in his meat freezer.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans.
So Jen and I make an appearance on WTMJ.
The hell?
Every Thursday. She does Thursdays, I do Fridays. What are you doing over there?
What's happening? No. What does Bruss do to this thing?
He wasn't even sitting there yesterday. Nobody was.
Well, who do I blame?
You were the last one to sit there.
That's a lie.
It's not.
Okay, it's not a lie. I was sitting over there yesterday when I was doing my podcasts.
Did you flip it around?
No, I just moved it out of the way.
This isn't normal.
Okay, what do you need?
I want a hot start. 7:01.
Okay, that sucks.
All right.
Why can't we have our own studio?
All right, so just move your laptop out of the way. Like push it forward.
Stop playing with your thingy.
There you go. Extend it out like that.
I'm gonna leave.
No, you're not.
All right, this is fine. I'm upset. Not because of this, because the U.S. Open sucks. It's terrible.
You didn't let Gabe get
the
to his
course
point.
is terrible, and the crowd is terrible. Why do they play Kate to Los Angeles? Those people don't care about anything.
So this is the first time a major
seen.
championship has been in Los Angeles in 75 years.
Hopefully the last game. Don't tell me it's good. Don't tell me it's good.
The golf course itself is fine.
No, it's not.
The golf course itself is fine.
62? Really?
Yeah.
And two of them?
Yeah, two guys shot 62.
The lowest scores ever in a U.S. Open.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Terrible.
Golf course is fine.
Awful. I won't watch it anymore.
I don't believe you.
I wouldn't believe me.
You've said that exact phrase like 5 times this week.
But it's. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, the crowd is a dud because apparently what happened, there's only like 4,000 tickets a day available to the general public. Because it's in Los Angeles, they decided to kind of make it a very corporate U.S. Open. So they've got a lot of great corporate hospitality. And then every member there, which is they got a membership of about 1,000. And we looked this up the other day, the downstroke. So just to join, just for the right to pay them like $25,000 a year to be a member, the downstroke is somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000.
3 and 5.
Somewhere between there. From the internet research that I did. So we're talking
for a downstroke.
We're talking about, yeah, I mean, some people can afford it, though.
Bobby Kraft.
Especially out there. But, I mean, the crowd for U.S. Open brings massive juice. Erin Hills, which they tore up because
there was no wind.
Yeah, and there was no wind.
Very similar. I think this course very similar, where you had the marine lawyer, it was moist, and you didn't have any wind yesterday. So for the same reason that they tore up Erin Hills is the same reason they tore up LACC.
The crowd brings juice.
Yeah, and they don't have a crowd because...
Nothing. It's just awful.
Every member got 4 tickets for every day, and they just, again, there's like 4,000 tickets available. I was listening to a podcaster last night who was on the grounds saying he was walking with the Scheffler group.
Yeah.
And on one, like after the group, after Scheffler's teed off, he's the best player in the world. He's the number 1 player in the world. He said there was like one person with a half-hearted clap.
It's
after he
awful.
hit his tee shot. Like, it was just unbelievable. Yes, the crowd is dead, and that is not going to get better. I hope the golf course gets better. This is not going to be, obviously a par is, everybody's hoping for a par at the U.S. Open. It's not going to be that type of U.S. Open. It's going to be it's going to be closer to the Aaron Hills U.S. Open.
So it's going to finish high teens, is what you're saying?
I would still say low teens. I'd say probably 11 or 12. I think they're going to put the pins in tougher positions, and they'll put some teeth in the golf course.
It's just it's disappointing.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because my major's obviously Masters number one, which is always awesome, doesn't disappoint. U.S. Opens too.
Mm-hmm.
PGA, which was awesome. I thought it was great.
Yeah, this year's PGA was a lot of fun.
And the British Open, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't like the fact that they just like to burn out the courses.
I don't like goat ranches.
And they just, they naturally let the golf course be what it is.
Yeah.
And you don't like that.
I like pristine, pretty, huge galleries, which is what you would get if they had the U.S. Open in the Midwest. Why it ever leaves the Midwest, I have no idea.
Well, they can't do the PGA in the Midwest anymore.
They couldn't. Yeah, they could.
I mean, if
is
you
Oklahoma considered Midwest?
No, I'd say that's
Kansas City.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so
Kansas City.
Wait, whoa,
Oklahoma's
hold on. Wait a second.
Whoa.
Oklahoma attached to Texas is Midwest? No. I think the Midwest goes as far south as like St. Louis.
Once you've been out of the Midwest, then you can comment on the Midwest, okay?
Chewy, Oklahoma's not in the Midwest, right?
No.
I'm not sure.
What do we call it? Southwest. Yeah, that's Southwest. That's Southwest. I think it touches New Mexico, too.
That's fine. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the South is composed of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, D.C., Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina, South
Delaware?
Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
Wait, did you just say the South is considered Delaware?
Yeah, according to this.
West Virginia? No.
I'm just telling you what this says.
Delaware's New England.
I know where it is.
Yeah, closer to New England than it is. I'd call it east before I called it south.
Correct.
Yes.
Delaware.
Listen, I'm just telling you what the
You're batting 0 for 2 today, all right? You want to go for 0 for 3?
This, according to the U.S. Census
Delaware.
Bureau.
Yeah, Delaware would be more east. Delaware's east.
It's the Census Bureau, Gabe. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I can fight town hall. I don't give a rip.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is it considered Midwest? What does the Census Bureau consider Midwest?
Minnesota.
Yeah, so, okay, it's
Illinois,
Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska.
What's Ohio?
It's a state.
Yes, but where's that fall?
I would think Ohio would be Midwest.
Yes. Not east. Pennsylvania's east.
Yes.
New York's east.
Yes. Yeah, I would say Ohio is about as far east as you go for the Midwest.
Okay, here's the full thing. That was not the full list. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, Wisconsin. Yeah, I realized I didn't say Wisconsin.
I don't think the Dakotas are Midwest.
No, I think the farthest west it goes is Minnesota.
What's Colorado?
West?
Yeah, Colorado's west.
All right, then North Dakota, South Dakota's west. We're changing this around.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Census Bureau. Census Bureau needs to come to us.
Yeah.
Census Bureau.
What do they know?
Obviously nothing.
They don't know how many TVs I have.
I bet the
That's the
government.
Census Bureau?
No.
Yes.
What is that?
That's Nielsen ratings.
No. They came knocking on my door, and they asked if they could come in. I said no.
All right, Colorado is.
And they said they were the Census.
Oh, Census Bureau.
Is that who counts the people?
Yeah. Census Bureau
Census.
counts the people.
Why do they want to know how many TVs I have?
The South is super weird.
I don't know.
Maryland
That
and
is
Delaware.
a weird question.
Maryland and Delaware are the cutoff for the South.
Where's the Mason-Dixon line?
Mason-Dixon line, I believe.
No one knows
like
where
Tennessee.
the Mason-Dixon line is.
Kentucky.
Anything
Kentucky,
north
that's
of the
what it is.
Mason-Dixon line is considered east.
You mean east of it?
No, so north of it, because then you start going, obviously, Maryland and Delaware being considered south is
Do
weird.
people think we sound really dumb right now or smart?
No, I think we're dumb. I don't know. I think most people are dumb, so they kind of.
I mean, we got some reaction here. Nick is asking, is Louisville not Midwest?
It's not.
No.
Louisville's South.
Yes.
As a non-native but unofficial native to Louisville, it's South.
What's above North Carolina? Delaware?
Virginia.
Whatever's above North Carolina is east.
Virginia is considered
Yeah, Virginia's
South.
east.
It's South.
Yes.
It's South.
No, it's
Virginia,
not.
according to the Census Bureau.
Nope.
West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky. South.
No.
Virginia can't be south. You can't put Virginia and Oklahoma and Texas all in the same.
Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, West Virginia, D.C., Maryland, Delaware.
D.C. is not south, you idiot.
It's not me.
Yeah, but you're agreeing with it.
Well, this is what the government tells me.
You just do everything the government tells you?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than thinking for myself.
Government hasn't admitted that there's aliens and that they've got alien.
Yeah,
but they did just admit that, though.
I don't think
half a cup. They haven't fully admitted to it. How many TVs do you have, by the way?
Are you talking all of them together? Or just, I mean, do you want to piecemeal this house stuff?
So
we'll do all of them together. Hold on.
All of them together. So you have three.
One.
You have the property, you have the lake house, and you have the place in Tampa. So you got 3 places, right?
Yeah.
There's not a secret one in there. Like you got a condo in the city.
We'll talk off air because, 1, 2, it's going to be more than the lollipop. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My
5,
guess is that you probably have 3.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18, I think.
So you have an average of 6 per house.
Yes. Is that wrong?
I mean, it seems...
I have 2.
I've got 2. We have 2. We've got one back in the guest room. We've got one in the living room. Do you have TVs in the bedroom?
Oh, yeah. You have to.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
No, you have to.
No, we don't.
Is this pullable? Do you have to have a TV in the bedroom?
You have to have a TV in the bedroom.
Hard yes.
I'm actually super with Chewy on that. And I don't need TV to fall asleep, but I feel like if I want to lay down and turn a baseball game on or something, it's like 9 o'clock. It's like, well, I'll just toss it on and then eventually I'll fall asleep.
But that's what you got a phone for now.
Yeah, but where do you go? Where do you go when you don't want to watch the same program as your wife?
So I usually have the living room. She'll go into the back room. So like last night I was watching.
Oh, you kick her to the back room?
She voluntarily goes back there.
I don't know. It seems
That's
like a foul.
not real nice.
Like a foul.
We've built that up. It's kind of her room. It's her office.
Okay.
So that where we got her.
Which room has the better TV?
So the TV that you got us,
yes,
which is the better TV, is in the living room.
Wow, you're not. Your chivalry doesn't.
Chivalry's bad at Gabe's house.
It's her couch back there. She's got everything back there. She prefers being back there. But like I'm at home watching the U.S. Open, and she goes to the back room.
The way you say she goes to the back room, she's banished.
That doesn't sound as good as I think it does in my head. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It doesn't sound good. What do you do with your fiance?
First of all, easy. I have a TV in my living room. I have a TV in my bedroom, but I have a 70-inch TV in my living room. So come on, that's where we go.
Can you see him not having dated a lot in his life? Oh, the TV in the living room's broken. Guess we got to go watch in the bedroom.
I can see him getting distracted by the White Sox game while in the bedroom.
Not when she's there.
No.
No sports yet. I'm just being smart. We haven't watched sports together yet.
All right,
does she like sports?
Nope, which is even better. She doesn't dislike, but she's not really a fan of anything, which is great. It's perfect.
But she's like 6'3". Didn't she play basketball?
I'm sure at some point in her life that's a possibility, hypothetically.
So she's 6'3".
No, she's not 6'3".
No, she's 5'10".
Because I got a laundry list of questions that I'm supposed to ask you.
I'm not at liberty to answer them quite yet.
I think
I gotta get permission to answer them. I think.
Do you?
I'm politely. I think yes, I do.
Have you seen her?
I have not. Like not in person. But I got to imagine that he's going to be introducing. I mean, he introduced her to his mom.
Why do you turn red? I just looked to my right through the glass, and you're turning a shade of red.
Okay, because I debated whether or not I was going to tell you guys this or not, and I haven't asked her about it. But she doesn't listen. So sorry in advance if she finds out. She did come meet my family on Wednesday night. We drove down to Illinois, and she met my mom, my brother, my nephew, and my sister.
Yeah, your mom cried.
Yeah, but when she cries all the time, so that's nothing. It's not that big of a deal. We just had a bet on when she. So she cry.
Did you?
I've met her family.
So
yeah, so this is that's a pretty big step.
You have a girlfriend, or
yeah? No, my sister-in-law when we left gave her a hug and said, "I'm just glad you're real." So that was nice. It made me feel awesome. I'm not going to answer any other questions, but I gave you all that information. That's enough for today.
I think that's good information to share.
You got Dino's number?
Yeah,
Dean,
of course.
the
Yeah,
dancing
of
machine?
course. Yeah.
I think we're close.
Yeah, we're ready, man.
We're not close yet, I don't think.
What, you're not? So you're expecting the ring?
Yeah.
Hey,
Is that what you're saying?
We've got the ESPN Milwaukee Open coming up. We're going to see Dean there.
That's
we'll
right.
We'll introduce Dean and Ashton, when we're all together at the ESPN Milwaukee
You
Open.
could do
out
a
at the bar.
2-for-1 because isn't one of the guys here, I forget his name,
Tyler
dating Dino's daughter.
Yeah, our guy Tyler is.
Yeah, try to get a 2-for-1 over at the Jewelry Center.
We could broker this thing.
Oh, yeah. Easily we
All
could
right,
broker.
okay.
I'll tell you what, Drew,
Okay.
things would be better if you and I were running things all the
I
time.
totally agree. The state would be south, north, east, west.
Yeah.
Everything would be clean.
I mean, 15 minutes, we've solved like 2 problems already.
We've solved no problems. If anything, we've got more questions.
Nah, I don't think so. I think job well done, Chew. Attaboy.
All right. Bringing value.
Jason Wilde is coming up next.
Let's start.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It is a quiet ride around the area. No major delays around the system. We've got full freeway speeds and no incidents up on the board either. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle, the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin. Schedule your tee time at club@laclabelle.com and start your journey. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, decreasing clouds, hazy with a high of 68 at the lakefront, 75 inland. Tonight, clear with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth is excited to be back celebrating the 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you come down on Monday, June 19th, as we will be broadcasting live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Associated Bank.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
This is your JB Weld Strength Coach here to give you the muscle to tackle auto repairs. If you've got a banged up bumper or muffler that's violating noise ordinances, reach for JB Weld. For bonding or sealing, our epoxies, wraps, and putties work on plastic, metal, and hot surfaces with the power to get your ride back to the way it was. So take repairs into your own hands and be your strongest self. Learn more at jbweld.com.
JB Weld, world's strongest bond.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone,
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy in their lifetime. Epilepsy Families, whose mission is to ensure that people living with epilepsy can fully participate in all life experiences, is holding their 21st annual Brainstorm Walk Run on Sunday, June 25th at Veterans Park in Milwaukee. The fun-filled day includes a 5K timed run, a 3K walk, and lunch. All funds raised are used to provide emergency medication assistance, art therapy sessions, and fun social activities for local epilepsy families. Visit efsewi.org to register.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
And I'm eager to see how he handles them when they're happening in games against other teams, as opposed to when they're happening against Darnell Savage or Tavarius Moore picking him off in a practice.
Okay, most of the time.
Almonds specifically or all nuts?
Well, these nuts, those nuts, whatever nuts work.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Boucher Automotive. With 16 different new car brands and over 35 pre-owned brands to choose from. Boucher Automotive, We are driven by you and by the Bridgewater Modern Grill. Nestled in the heart of Milwaukee's emerging Harbor District, enjoy a specialty crafted menu centered around a custom oak-fed grill.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. Joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Gabriel. How are you today?
We're doing well, and I, you know what? Because it's Friday, I feel like we're in a pretty good mood. We'll give you the choice. Do you want to start with the Packers, or do you want to start with the non-Packers questions we have for you?
I want to start with the fact that this may be the happiest I have ever been to start an appearance on this radio program.
Expand.
Whenever Ashton calls me, I ask him how he's doing and whatever else. But I also ask, will the Rots Hots truck be out if there is a coincidental me being in Milwaukee opportunity? And tonight, Maddie resumes her Milwaukee ballet practices. So I am taking her down there. And reportedly, the Rots Hots truck will be out, meaning that I could, for the first time in my life, enjoy a Rots Hots hot dog.
Jason, did you know that there is a significant other?
His mom?
No. Ashton's got a girlfriend.
For like 6 months.
Or
what?
Yes.
Took her to meet the family and everything on Wednesday.
They've met both of them have met each other's family. That's how far into it they are.
I didn't think my day could get any better, but apparently it has.
Why is everyone so shocked?
So, Jason, why I'm asking is, could you get a picture? We still don't have a picture.
It's not going to be
If there's a tall girl there, I think 5'11", just can you snap us one? Because he is being very obstinate.
Per usual.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is Ashton, are you just one of those my private life is private guys?
Yeah, I will bring as much to the show to help the show as is allowable in my brain.
Interesting.
And we help it along from there.
Well,
and you've got to try and draw more out of it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. No, you get it, Jason. You get it. Jason, go ahead.
No, I was just also going to say that last night I had a lovely evening with Sid, who we had a little father-daughter night out, and it was interrupted by you and Brian D on the television at the restaurant we were in, which was also a highlight. So it's been a pretty good 24 hours, and I look forward to what's next.
Yeah, Brian D and I were on the round table on Spectrum News 1 with Dennis Krause yesterday, giving up all our takes. Before we get to the Packers stuff, Jason, since we're already talking about some of this nonsense, would you say a TV in the bedroom is must-have?
I would object to the phrase nonsense. I think this is the important stuff. Must have? No.
That was the phraseology. I don't want to misrepresent anything, Chewy and Ashton. That's what you guys used, correct?
Yes.
I don't think so. I would say that we have one, and it is on fairly frequently. But I don't think it's a must. I think it would be a preference.
So you don't fall asleep to the TV?
You're not happy with that answer.
Do you fall asleep to the TV, Jason? Do you always put it on?
All right. So now this is a technicality. So I guess I have to get clarification on this. So connected to first of all, Paula does or Sydney does because a lot of times I stay up late and work and. While Maddie is a big person and she, sleeps in her own bed, Sid tends to gravitate to her mommy. So I will sometimes arrive to find that I don't have a spot, which then means that I'm sleeping in the guest bedroom. And when I'm in there is a TV in there, but I have like this old Apple TV thing of those little black square things, and I will put on. All classical Portland. There's like a radio app on it, and you can listen to all these different radio stations. I'm guessing that ESPN Wisconsin is on there somewhere, but I do not want to listen to people talking when I'm going to sleep. And so I listen to classical music, but it's going through the television, so does that count?
I would say no. That doesn't count as watching TV.
It's got to be,
There's nothing visual.
Yeah, it's all from an audio perspective.
All right, to the Packer stuff.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
we got one more.
Okay, go.
Is Delaware in the South?
The south of the Northeast. Maybe.
Okay, all right.
That's fair. Jason, I saw the team went for team bonding paintballing yesterday. Did you not attend because the last time they did this, it didn't go well for you? I love the story. If you could please tell it.
First of all, did you remember that, or did you get a refresher by somehow accidentally tuning into our show yesterday? That's impressive.
Yeah, Chewy remembered it.
I know you're up against a lot there, buddy.
It's a great story.
It is a great story. It's one of my all-time favorites. Like, Rob Domofsky has a Hall of Fame list of stories that are his favorites, like when he sold a car to a blind man and when he was held up at gunpoint working at a gas station, et cetera, et cetera. In my case, this is in the top 5. Did you want those Rob stories? I think. Well, no.
I was going to tell Ashton. I was going to tell Ashton to make a note if we ever have Rob on to ask him about the time he sold a car to a blind man. Like you can't say those words in succession, Jason, and not expect me to pause for a second, just at least digest it, and then let you continue.
Yeah, it's one of his favorites. He is a character. There's no doubt about it. So I did not go. Great question. Because we're not allowed to go anymore. These are closed to the media. Not that we were going along with the paintballing cruise when we went many years ago, but Brett Favre, so this would have been Sherman era, because I think he kind of started these. Would have been maybe 01 or 02. And so we're out at the paintball compound, and they're waiting to get started, and we're allowed to attend. And so there's a handful of us reporters standing around. And Favre, being the affable, friendly guy he was, comes over and was chatting us up. And I don't know if I was talking about my new car with my fellow reporters, or if we were just in such close proximity that he inquired. But I had just gotten a new car, a beautiful 2001 Saturn coupe. And I thought Brett Favre, who I had obviously covered for already 6 or 7 years at that point, was just taking an interest in his guy, Jason. Just wanted to be part of the conversation. Oh, Jason, you got a new car? Which car is it? Oh, it's that black Saturn over there. The one with the sunroof open? Yeah, that's it right there. Oh, shoot. He starts shooting his paintball gun in the direction of said vehicle. Now, fortunately, and I always like to give him grief about this, fortunately, his accuracy was similar to what it was in some late-game opportunities. And so I'm like, oh, my God. I'm totally expecting that one has at least hit the car, or if worst comes to absolute worst, has gone in through the sunroof and splattered all over my interior. I would like to believe that he was missing on purpose. I don't think he was. Because
I don't think he was either.
If we're being this had the makings of being, I don't want to have to, get lawyers involved or whatever else, but you're going to have to get my interior cleaned or get my car cleaned because there's paint on my car. But thankfully, none of them made it in, but he was close. There were 3 paintballs that were in the vicinity of my car when I walked to it after we got done with interviews, and I picked them up. They're half black and half blue, and I still, to this day, 20-plus years later, have them in my office at Lambeau Field as a keepsake from the day that I was dumb enough to tell Brett Favre, holding a paintball gun, which car was mine.
Great story.
What was your biggest takeaway now that we've gone through OTAs, we've gone through the mandatory minicamp, Packers won't get together again until training camp begins in late July, which is going to be here before we know it, Jason. But what was your biggest takeaway when you take the step back and take a look at the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting because I saw Jeff Chadiha, who I've known for a really long time. He worked at Sports Illustrated for a long time. Now he's at the NFL Network. He wrote a piece yesterday, and his takeaway, he was doing takeaways from around the league, and his takeaway was Jordan Love is in position to be better than a lot of people expect him to be. And that felt to me like we're all trying to twist ourselves into a pretzel to try and say something about where Jordan Love is in his development and his readiness to be the starter without having any frickin' clue where he is in terms of that. And that's my biggest takeaway. And I know that that's not what gets clicks on websites or gets people sound graphing what I say, which I don't really want anyway. But the bottom line is we just don't know. And, you know, I used this example previously. There was a day a couple of years ago, I think it was in the 01 off season when Rodgers was pissed off and staying away, where they had 2 mini camp practices. And the first day, he was awesome. Like, I'm not sure the ball hit the ground the entire day. Like, every throw he made. I mean, I remember Aaron Jones making this ridiculous circus catch. Like, he was all Oneida Hall of Fame good. And it was on the Clark Hinkle field that runs along the all Oneida corridor there, as Chewy would say. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, he was horrendous. I mean, horrendous. Now, during the 4 practices, because I missed Wednesday's practice, the 4 out of the 5 that were open that I saw, he had good moments and he had bad moments. There were no wild swings like that were in that mini camp a couple of years ago. He had, like, the throw to Watson that I called a wild throw was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was perfect, like literally perfect. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, you know, he throws a pick to Devondre Campbell. He throws a pick to Jair Alexander at the end of 2 minutes. Like, he had the interception a couple weeks ago to Tavares Moore in the end zone where he threw late over the middle and broke one of Tom Clement's cardinal sins. Like, we just have to acknowledge that we are in a complete uncertain place about how good he's going to be. Chewy, you maybe, if you participated or you attended all the practices, not just the ones that were open, and given your playing career and your history and your knowledge of quarterbacks, you might have more insight. But I don't think anybody that doesn't at least work for the team, and the people who work for the team are going to have much more optimistic thoughts. I don't think anybody knows. And that's why I'm so eager for training camp. Like, I want to enjoy some time off first, but I'm really eager for training camp. I'm really eager for the preseason. And I'm really eager for the most intriguing Packers season of my entire career. I started in 96 when you guys were expected to go to the Super Bowl. I've had all kinds of different seasons between then and now. But I don't think I've ever had this degree of uncertainty about just about everything. Even a defense that was being advertised as top 2 a year ago that is going to have to carry this team at times, I'm not sure about. So the level of uncertainty that I feel for this year's team is unprecedented for me. And I can't wait to get to find out exactly what this year is going to look like as it unspools.
Jason, we appreciate the time, and I cannot, do you know, so first of all, are you for sure going to go to the Rots Hots food truck event tonight?
I would say if they brought back probable on the injury report, I would be listed as probable. I like my chances very much.
Have you looked at the menu? Do you have an idea of what you want to get?
Well, I'm expecting, like I expect of all restaurants, for them to make adjustments and customize my order because I am a picky eater.
For Jason, I will do literally anything that I can do.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're looking for a recommendation, don't get it from Ashton, because I asked him once.
It was one time.
I have the one menu item I have not had on the food truck, Jason, is a burger. And I go, oh, Ashton, how's your burger? And he goes, it's a burger.
It's a burger. Like, it's good. Burgers
the Jason, the grilled cheese brings it. You gotta have the grilled cheese. He should make you a little bit of everything.
I'll try.
Oh, like a sampler plate.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I am not making my Rots Hots debut and not getting a Rots Hot.
Get a Rot Dog.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
I cannot wait, Jason, for when you return to the show on Tuesday and you can give your full review of the menu at Rots Hots.
Nervous.
I'm going to take pictures, and I'm going to be one of those friends of yours that on Instagram posts photos of the food they eat, which I don't think I have ever done that as long as I've had Instagram. But for Rot's Hots,
we'll put a menu together for Jason.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
We'll figure it out for you, Jason.
Okay.
He'll take care of you.
All right. Sure. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Craig Karmazin, I really want to ask him. He went hard to the hole a couple of weeks ago when David Bakhtiari spoke about making sure that he missed the 5 days that he could miss per his contract. Well, now we have somebody who did not show up for the non-mandatory parts of the off-season workouts. I want Craig Karmazin's take on Jair Alexander. We get it next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
It's been a great ride so far this morning. No major delays around the area. Full freeway speeds, no incidents either. And even through the construction zones, everything is looking pretty good. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, decreasing clouds, hazy with a high of 68 at the lakefront, 75 inland. Tonight, clear with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Enjoy a world of street food fare in the largest tequila collection in town at Blue Bat Kitchen and Tequileria. Blue Bat is a destination for some of Milwaukee's best tacos, shareable appetizers, and margaritas in a fun environment right on the river in the historic 3rd Ward, serving up global flavors and good times 7 days a week. Blue Bat Kitchen will also turn your next party into a full-blown fiesta with an off-site catering taco bar. Visit Blue Bat Kitchen on Water Street or check out bluebatkitchen.com.
It's Wrangler season out there. T-shirt days, denim jacket nights. A pair of broken-in jeans you could live in. Open roads, endless horizons, no destinations. This is when adventure starts calling. And you need to be ready in jeans that are made for the unpredictable journey that we call life. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through June, purchase through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always building.
Progressive presents Spectator Tips from Flo, who knows nothing about sports.
First, talk about retired players with reverence, even if they did crush your dreams when they played. Next, whenever people get excited, just yell, "It's about time!" Works in any situation. Finally, when someone mentions protecting the QB, tell them how Progressive protects you round the clock.
That has nothing to do with sports.
Nitro?
Anyway, bundle your home and auto to get round-the-clock protection with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people with different political views and life experiences are coming together through the power of conversation, and it feels good. Hear more at lovehasnolabels.com/one-small-step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Understandably, right, in Game 4 and maybe even Game 5, right, not in the same mindset. It would almost be impossible to be in the same mindset.
Fridays with Mo.
The one thing that you don't get on podcasts is like spontaneity like this, right? This is one thing that gets edited out for all of those of you who only want to listen to On Demand.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody
I'm excited to talk to Craig Karmazin. We do it every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Was excited to talk to him last week, but that's because we got to make Ashton blush and present him with his Carmi Award for being, the most unselfish teammate here in all of GKB.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That was last year.
Just saying.
Good morning, Craig.
Good morning. By the way, if you had the Chewy's going to open the show ripping on how easy the U.S. Open course is, like at minus 900, you won some money, but not that much. That was the most obvious, predictable thing of the year. Like, as I saw, people going to -4, -5, I was like, all right, I know how Chewy's opening the show today.
Well, where do you want a U.S. Open to finish, score-wise?
No, I'm with you, Chewy. I'm with you. And then you throw in the quiet crowd. I'm with you, but ultimately, all I care about is, I want Rory in the mix. I want Xander. I want names I care about, and I want it to be close. So ultimately, I'm with you in preference, but in a major, I much more care about just the names on the leaderboard than I care about the score. But I'm with you. If I had my choice of score, I'd rather it be around par.
Craig, a couple of weeks ago, right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, you ripped into David Bakhtiari and went as far to say they should trade him. He should not be on this team.
No, I never ripped David Bakhtiari. No.
You said they should trade
be
him.
On the team. Yes, absolutely, but that's not ripping him. I did not rip David Bakhtiari. The guy's a potential Hall of Famer and a great player. I'm just saying, if you're trying to establish your culture, you need to be very careful about it, and you need to know that people are going to follow the leaders. And so the idea that Jair Alexander isn't showing up is exactly what should be happening, because he's following the leader. And so that's the culture the Packers have chosen. So in no way was I ripping David Bakhtiari. I'm just saying, if the Packers want to establish a culture, they should trade David Bakhtiari. And what they've said and what is backed up is that they don't care, and they are saying that veteran players and people who know what they're doing don't have a value in coming to these OTAs.
Craig, if they traded Bakhtiari because of what he said, Jair is still doing and saying the exact same thing because he's Jair. And you can't trade him. You can't trade all your good players away. This comes from the head coach that doesn't have control of this team, because this would never happen under Holmgren. He wouldn't even let it get that far. He didn't nip it in the bud. The reason
so
this
you're
happened,
agreeing with me.
Hold on, no,
right.
I'm not.
I'm
Hold
saying
on,
you're
the
agreeing. You're saying the head coach doesn't have control.
I guess. But the reason this happened is because they let Aaron Rodgers get so far out of control with his power that he wanted over the past 3-4 years that, of course, I agree with you from that standpoint, where Bakhtiari feels empowered now because his buddy got away with so much, and it is a trickle down. But trading people isn't the answer. It's bringing them into their office and ripping them a new one, which is hard to do in today's world because it's a different world, right?
It is, but that's why David Bakhtiari, who is not going to be the difference between you winning the Super Bowl or not this year, and just may have more value long-term somewhere else, so that you can start to retool the franchise. And if by trading him, maybe it doesn't make Jair show up, but maybe it makes someone else who is showing up your leader, and people start following that person more. You just start to shift a culture, which I thought the Packers had the opportunity to do in a really meaningful way by trading David Bakhtiari. But in no way is that ripping on David Bakhtiari.
I feel like we're splitting a pretty fine hair here. If you're if you're saying a team should trade someone because of off the field not showing up for on the field stuff, I mean that's being critical of someone.
No, it's not at all. I'm saying it's critical of the organization because they're choosing to have their leaders do that. Because as I said, David Bakhtiari, if he was on the Jets, would be at every single OTA the way Aaron Rodgers was. So this is about the Packers organization. This is not about David Bakhtiari. This is about the Packers.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we agree on that it should have been nipped in the bud a while ago. But with that being said, who's going to be the head coach of the Packers and GM in 3 years from now? In your gut.
I don't know.
No, in your gut.
Well, the answer, Craig, you don't have to give a specific name, but I think the answer to the question is...
Will they be around?
Are Goody and LaFleur going to be around in 3 years?
I think Matt LaFleur has a much better chance. I get the sense that Matt LaFleur is more likely to leave on his...
Craig, you still there? You cut out for a second, Craig, right before... I believe you were about to say Matt LaFleur is more likely to leave on his own.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur is more likely to leave on his own than to be fired in the next 3 years, but I think that has to do with directionally where the team's going, and he may be at that point where he doesn't want to go through a rebuild, and he is still respected enough to have a different opportunity. But I don't think Matt LaFleur is getting fired in the next 3 years. I do think Goody could get fired in the next 3 years.
All right. So Murphy has 2 years, Gabe?
Murphy has 2 years left.
2 years. So when Murphy leaves, Craig, will they change the structure? Will they change the cylinders? Will it be one guy at the top and then 3 pillars below him? Or will they go one guy on top, GM's in charge, and go from there? Because I don't think this is working out.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a lot to do with who that person is. I don't see why you would bring someone in to manage a head coach of an organization. You know, if I'm trying to hire a team president, I don't think one of the qualifications I'd be thinking is like, can they manage a coach? So I think if you don't believe your general manager can manage the coach, I think there's something wrong there. But at the same time, if Goody is such a good roster picker, but he's not a good people person, then maybe this solution does work. I don't know the individual strengths of the people involved enough to really make a comment on who should be managing who. I understand this leads to lack of alignment, and sometimes you have to do that to compensate for the strengths of the managers that you have.
Jason, when it comes to...
Jason.
Or, excuse me.
Oh, boy.
Jeez. Jeez.
Oh, boy.
It's been a long week.
Fired.
I was even going to ask it's not even a Packers question. I was going to transition to the Bucks. Why would I say Jason? I know we're talking to Craig, and I know you can't specifically mention any players when it comes to any trade rumors that are out there and all those sort of things. But when you kind of take a step back and they now have a new head coach and there's still some decisions that need to be made on players, do you think there are going to be any big changes made to the core of the roster outside of Giannis?
Well, we definitely know there won't be any with Giannis, right? So,
correct.
I think that when you look at the salary cap situation, I don't know how there's not going to be significant changes. I don't know how, the way they were able to build the roster this past year was so unbelievable. I mean, I still believe it was a roster that was a championship roster. Watching the NBA Finals, that didn't change my opinion on that. It just drove me crazy watching it because I truly believe John Horst and the organization built a championship roster. But each year is different, and the way the salary cap works, the way the repeater tax works, the way everything works, I don't know how they pull it off, without some pretty significant changes. I will be I'm hopeful that they can. I just don't know how optimistic I am that it can be done.
Craig, is the TV in a bedroom a must?
I am building a new house right now, and no TV in the bedroom.
Why? What do you do when you go to bed?
I just think
sleep.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You got to read.
I do. I have not had a TV in my bedroom in 7 years, and it's led me to sleep better so that I can. The key is if you also commit to not going on your phone. So if you can go into the bedroom, You could either read, meditate, whatever you do, if you have a significant other or not, you do your thing and then you go to bed. I think that is the way to optimize not only quantity but quality of sleep. I'm a big fan of no TV in the bedroom.
Do your thing. You're not getting it 7 days a week. What are you, crazy?
No, I'm not saying every night, and I'm not saying any night. I'm just saying whatever your thing is. Maybe your thing is, using a water pick on your teeth. But, you may have gone to a different place than I did. But whatever you need to do before bed, to get ready.
But it's got to be routine. Right, Gabe? Are you with me? It's got to be routine. You got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Every night when you go to bed.
Yeah. So I'd like my routine. I'm with Craig. I do not have we do not have a TV in our bedroom. It's brush the teeth. I've gotten away from reading a little bit. I've just kind of gone right to bed. I want to get back to reading a little bit more, but there's a book on my nightstand that I had gotten into a good habit of reading, and I've kind of gotten away from that, but brush my teeth, go to bed. That's what it is. There's no watching of TV. And yes, trying to avoid, putting down the phone, avoiding scrolling social media, going on, the Max app to catch up on an episode. No, that's got to go down. You just got to use your bed for sleep.
Chewy, are you like working with the census or something, trying to figure out how many TVs we all have? I thought you were trying to deny the TVs of the census.
I thought you'd be a TV guy. I thought you would be a lock.
No. I mean, I'm wiring the house to have a TV in the bedroom in case at some point I sell it to someone who'd want it. But I don't like it. I'm very anti-TV in the bedroom.
All right, one other question. Where's the dog sleep?
I mean, only two choices. Either between your legs or at the foot of the bed.
That's disgusting. There's nothing more than and I don't understand it. And I know people that have their dogs sleep with them every night.
Yeah,
in the bed.
There's a dog that sleeps in our bed every night.
That I'm out.
The reason I say that is I don't think the dog on the pillow next to you is the best. So that's, I'm not saying I draw the line there, but I prefer the dog not sleeping on the same pillow, like with their head next to it.
I mean, they leave skid marks. They have to.
I mean,
so do you.
Come on, Chewy. Chewy, yeah. I was going to say, I don't do your laundry, but I'm not. I would have some predictions there.
All right, I do sleep. No, I don't. Do you sleep naked?
No, I do not.
Craig? What percentage of people sleep naked?
10%.
Really? You?
I mean, I would say my sleeping apparel is not routine. I could go everything from like full sweats on down to, use your imagination. I mean, I think you can, I'm not a routine person. It could go any direction.
That is very true. It can.
Craig, we always appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you next Friday.
Yeah, I hope we don't go any of these directions ever again. Thanks.
Yeah, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. I know that's not true. It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where mentality comes in. That's where mentality came in for me. I didn't even know I was dealing with low testosterone. Maybe you're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, don't have that energy to get through your day. Well, that could be low testosterone, and it's easy to figure out if it is. You book an appointment at Mentality. LowTUSA.com is their website. You go in, you get your blood panel done, and after that blood panel, they let you know within a week, hey, here's where your testosterone levels are. And if they're low, they will work on a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. It's not one size. It's not one size fits all. It's customized just for you. And that's what makes it great. And they'll continue to monitor, make sure your testosterone levels are where they should be. So you can get back to attacking your day and having that energy to attack the week, attack the day, and get through it all. LowTUSA.com, that's their website. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments at LowTUSA.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. No one else does it like Scalzo and Brust.
I don't know what kind of guy LaFleur is. LaFleur is just like, he's like a nice guy.
Oh, no.
He's a nice guy, right?
That's horrible. That's like the worst thing you could say about a head coach.
Am I wrong?
That's hitting some people who've been turned down from dates.
He is a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy.
Oh, no. Your tone.
That's the vibe that he gives me.
Scalzo and Brust. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra.
A year from now, the U.S. Open will return to Pinehurst Resort and Donald Ross's masterpiece, Pinehurst No. 2. Named by the USGA as the U.S. Open's first anchor site, Pinehurst is home to 9 championship golf courses, the Cradle Short Course, and 4 historic hotels. Before the game's best players are faced with the famed turtleback greens that Ross nestled into the sandhills of North Carolina, you can test your game against one of the world's best courses at Pinehurst. It is someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit pinehurst.com now to plan your stay.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Milwaukee attorneys. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202. CordellCordell.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code ESPN17 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code ESPN17. Use code ESPN17 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a
Eagles.
Bible verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what it
I
says.
thought it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
Gonna be a tough Father's Day for you, huh, big guy?
Early flight.
How early?
5:30. But I don't think it's going to be packed.
Okay.
Just getting up early, which we're used to, so no big deal. Gets me down there 9:30 on the beach, probably by 1.
If it was Mother's Day, would you be taking a flight this early?
I don't know. I don't make the rules. I didn't want to fly out at 5:30.
That was the answer.
So, what would you rather fly out at 5:30 a.m. or like 8 o'clock p.m.?
5:30.
I'm with him.
Yes.
Is that pullable? Early flight, late flight?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like those two examples, 8 p.m. or 5:30.
Is that comparable, though? I think it's got to be later. 5:30. When you're waking up at 3:30, the equivalent. How about a 10 o'clock flight?
I'll say, how about 9 o'clock and you're flying to Florida? I'll make it specific to us. That way we can get the time change.
Perfect.
Look at us. Look at us producing the segment.
Are the Bucks interested in Bradley Beal?
Ooh.
I guess we'll dive into that. Coming up next, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
It's been a great ride so far this morning. No major delays around the area. Full freeway speeds, no incidents either. And even through the construction zones, everything is looking pretty good. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, decreasing clouds, hazy with a high of 68 at the lakefront, 75 inland. Tonight, clear with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has this Saturday, June 17th, packed with tons of fun. There will be 2 rides to choose from. One, starting in Iron Ridge for the Dogs and Hogs event, benefiting Battleground 22. The other starting in Milwaukee for the Ride for Veterans, benefiting Veterans Outreach Wisconsin. It's tons of fun for everyone. For more details, like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And you know, there's more to being a local Wisconsin bank than perfectly pronouncing Oconomowoc or Waukesha. Or is it Waukesha? But rest assured, at Great Midwest Bank, we understand the local community and economy because we're a part of it. At GMB, we provide customized lending products that others just can't offer. Experience a hometown banking difference. Head to greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Have you guys tried Celsius Energy Drink yet? If you haven't, can I tell you all about it? It's the clean energy drink that I need, that you need to stay energized all day long. And trust me, I need Celsius to get through this show with these knucklehands and, of course, to do my college football responsibilities all fall long. You can find Celsius at your local Pick and Save stores or online at Amazon.com. And that's what I do. I have it delivered right to the front door of my house. Then I can just grab them as I'm walking out the garage to come to the show in the morning. So that's what you should do as well. Pick and Save or online at Amazon. Celsius Energy Drink. Celsius Energy Drink. Live fit.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Dad was the most humble of humble people. He would give blood every week.
Okay.
Can you
for
do that?
40 years. Maybe as often as you could give blood.
Did you give blood? No, not giving, hoarding. I'm storing it at the blood bank, just in case. In case of what?
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You would get a little red pen with a cross on it, like the Red Cross.
Yeah, the Red Cross, sure.
So they were everywhere, all over there, because he gave gallons and gallons of blood throughout his life.
Oh, no. Where's the blood? It's in here, isn't it? You stop it. What is this? It's Jell-O. This is blood, isn't it? This is tomato juice, look. Oh, you're sick! You're sick! Will you calm down? I took all my blood down to Newman's. He let me put it in his meat freezer.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride and she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but.
Is it weird that we're introducing Ashton slowly to Seinfeld through the clips that he puts together for our open?
3 years, slow and steady. I've probably watched a total of 7 episodes start to finish now.
Are you still into The Office?
Yeah, I haven't watched it a whole bunch recently.
Man, but you've seen all of The Office.
Yeah, like 90 times. Yeah, a lot. Maybe 100.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched any of The Office. Seinfeld's much better.
That's okay.
I would agree that Seinfeld's much better.
Yeah, you're allowed to have that opinion.
The Office gets bad after Michael Scott leaves.
Accurate.
Is that my guy?
Yeah.
That's my guy?
No. Your guy is
Brian Baumgartner, who plays Kevin Malone.
Okay.
Kevin's in the entire series. But yeah.
And frankly, Kevin only gets better. We don't have time for this. Kevin only gets better.
Yeah, but should we have known him? I don't think
most
Frank or
people
Brett
would have.
or myself.
You're not the demographic, though, so I think that's fine.
No, you're a little bit older.
So that's not on us, that's on the Packers. Because we are supposed to have Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Which I would have known.
Yes.
More your speed.
And that was during
Well,
COVID.
I mean, Larry the Cable Guy is more popular than Brian.
100%, yeah.
You know, like
a lot popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he played, and everybody loved the character, but he played a pretty niche character on a popular
Because looking
sitcom.
back, I kind of feel bad.
Well, you should, the way you talk about him, but not Probably not day of. Probably fine.
Should I not feel as bad as I do?
You should have done like a little.
I'm surprised you feel bad at all.
No, I thought we were going to have, because it was COVID, and me, Brett, and Frank were doing this thing for the Packers, and they said Larry the Cable Guy, and all of a sudden this bald guy shows up on screen, like, all right, you guys ready to go? And I'm like, all right, I guess they got the scout of the... Eastern Europe, doing the interview.
Yeah, you would, in order to know who that actor is, you would have to watch. You would have to have seen The Office. He's been in other things, but that is his most prominent role.
But it's not on us.
That's not on you.
Okay,
that's on the Packers for not giving you a heads up.
Okay, perfect.
Because how would he do research if he didn't? If he thought it was Larry the Cable Guy until Brian Baumgartner showed up in the Zoom?
In fairness to myself, would he have done research regardless?
No, I'm surprised he feels bad at all.
I don't think he does. I think him asking the question is his version of
I
feeling
don't feel bad if I do some kind of engagement and people have no idea who I am. I don't feel bad. That's fine. I played 90 years ago.
I think you hope. I think when you do engagements, you secretly hope people don't know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just want to be left alone.
I don't do any more public things.
Minus every day.
Minus jumping on a microphone for 2 hours a day?
No, like I got, for Alumni Weekend, they asked me to do a signing up there, and I said, I'll only do private.
Oh, so you do like a private signing?
Yeah, because I don't want people, well, who are you, and what did you do? And, I don't want to sit there and deal with that. Just smell you later, right?
You just don't want to interact with people, is what you're saying.
I just don't want to put anyone in an awkward position. That's what I'm about.
By anyone, you mean yourself.
That's a good deflection. I'm proud of him for that one, actually. Yeah. That's a really good deflection.
Because I would have made more had it been public. I make less because it's private, and that's fine.
You don't care about the money.
I could care less.
You don't care about the money.
Yeah.
You know who does care about the money? Bradley Beal. Because he's got a boatload of money coming his way with his massive contract, and he is the only one with a no-trade clause. However, there are whispers, rumors, Shams Charania of The Athletic, of Stadium, of Bally's. He's everywhere. Mostly writes his stuff over at The Athletic, saying that the Bucks could be a team that are going to be interested in Bradley Beal if he indeed becomes available via the Washington Wizards. Now, again, Beal would have to agree to it because he's the only player in the NBA with a no-trade clause. Here's Brian Windhorst on Get Up Thursday saying the Bucks are in those discussions potentially to get Beal.
Because of the no-trade clause, he doesn't just get to control where he goes. I can't underscore this enough. He gets to decide what he gets traded for. He can reject the framework of a trade, not just where he would go in trade. And so that makes it difficult for the Wizards to come to an agreement because Beal may be highly incentivized to choose a team that can't pay a lot, and that team, if they know they only have a limited market, may not offer a lot. So I don't think this is going to be the type of gigantic home run trade, but two teams I want to mention that I think are in the forefront right now. The Miami Heat, and this is a surprise, but this is what I've been told, the Milwaukee Bucks. Two teams I think that have shown interest. There are other teams on the periphery that I think are involved, but two teams I think at the forefront, Miami and Milwaukee. Milwaukee would be a very complicated trade, but two teams I think that we should mention at this point.
I don't want it.
No.
Because you'd have to get rid of someone that's pretty good, probably Holiday, right? I don't want to get rid of Holiday.
No. When you start diving into this, it doesn't make sense, and it's one of those rumors in the offseason that just start popping up.
Yeah, but
do I think the Bucks want to kick the tires on Beal? Yes, but when it comes down to it, I think the logistics of a deal don't really make sense. Eric Name, our buddy from The Athletic, was the cousin sub of the day yesterday on Scalzo and Brust. So of course this conversation came up, and he started to explain it a little bit from the Bucks' perspective.
In a dream world, the very first ideas of this, the very first reactions to my article, to my tweets was, okay, is there some way possible that we can add Brooke Lopez and Joe Ingles and Bobby Portis and Marjon Beauchamp and Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen in some picks and get Bradley Beal? No, that's not possible. That is
second-round picks.
That is not possible. They cannot do that. What they can do is trade Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday. Or, as I joked in my article, Giannis. They could trade Giannis for Brad Beal if they wanted to, straight up. That works from a salary perspective.
Because that's the one thing, you have to match salaries. You have to get within X amount of dollars within salaries to make it make sense. In the NBA, unlike the NFL, unlike Major League Baseball, you have to match salaries in the NBA. So you would have to trade Drew Holiday away. Because Chris Middleton doesn't make sense. Why would Chris Middleton opt in just to get traded? Why would Chris Middleton agree to extension to get traded to a bad team?
But why would Miami want him? Jimmy Butler's a 1? Beal's a 2, right?
He's a 2. I mean, you could...
But, I mean, isn't Tyler Hero eventually going to start for them? Who would be a 2?
Yeah, but they like having him come off the bench, and you can go small, and it gives you another scoring option, and the Heat have really struggled scoring.
To me, it makes more sense for him to go to Milwaukee than it does Miami, right? Because they would get rid of Holiday, but then who would be your 1?
Yeah,
You'd
you don't
have
have
to
a
go
point
out
guard.
and get a 1.
So that's the problem. You don't have a point guard. if you get rid of Holiday, and then you've got Middleton and Beal, and you don't have a point guard. I think the logistics of this just don't make sense.
But let me ask you this: would you rather have a very good 1 or a very good 2?
With the Bucks, I'd rather have a reliable ball handler. With Giannis, I want a reliable 1. I want somebody that can run that pick and roll with Giannis. I want somebody that you can trust with that ball late in situations, making the right decisions. That's what I want.
I think the way Windhorse makes it sound, though, it's more than kicking the tires. No?
Yeah, but again, like you start diving into it, I think they're a team that's interested, but when you start diving deep into it, I just don't think that they can make it make sense. And maybe they do, and maybe they make the trade, but I just don't. Bradley Beal's had injury issues. It'd be a huge gamble. If you trade for Bradley Beal and you blow up the core of your team, it's a bigger risk than hiring Adrian Griffin as your head coach.
So what would that be saying if it got serious? Would they be thinking that, all right, Drew Holiday's on the backside, or are they disappointed in his performance against Miami?
I think Drew Holiday's on the backside, and they want somebody who can be a pretty reliable half-court scorer. Look, when Bradley Beal's healthy, like the dude can create his own buckets. He can be somebody who can go ISO and go get his own buckets. I understand why he is an attractive player. But at the same time, he's not a ball handler.
How is he as a defender?
Meh, he's fine. He's not Drew Holiday.
I mean, because the Bucks don't have a problem scoring.
The strength of their team is defense. Strength of the Bucks team in the past has been defense. Now that could change because, again, I mean, Giannis has been all defense. Brook Lopez finished second in all the all defensive player of the year. He was all defense this year. Drew Holiday is one of the best defenders in the league. Like, defense isn't an issue for the Bucks either. Half court offense can be.
I would vote roll it back.
Yeah, I think rolling it back makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But if the Bucks would become super interesting if this was a deal that they ended up making, because they'd be retooling a little bit.
Yeah, that would be a retool.
A big retool.
Well, that'd be equivalent to Bledsoe to Drew Holiday, or would it be bigger?
I think it'd be bigger.
You think it'd be bigger?
Because at least Bledsoe was a point guard, Drew Holiday's a point guard. You know you're kind of making that 1-for-1 swap.
All right, let me ask you this. Would this make you more nervous going into the season with Beal as opposed to with Holiday?
Yes.
More unknown.
Because it's
more unknown.
It's more unknown. And again, like Beal's
we already have
had injury issues.
We have a new coach.
Yeah, and
that's never been a head coach, and so that's a huge unknown.
And it adds another variable to that.
Yeah, but I trust Horst.
Yeah.
I trust him.
Like,
I would say out of all 3 GMs, I probably trust him the most.
Yes.
We have pulled this before.
Yeah. And I don't think it's close.
Away. Yeah.
I don't think it's close.
Really?
You just take a look around. You have Matt Arnold, who's in his first year, so you're still trying to figure out, but he was a part of he was the second in command when they decided to trade Hader away last year, so because he was a part of the administration, I think there's a little bit of hesitancy from Brewers fans to fully trust Matt Arnold. They want to see what his vision is, and he's his first year. Like Goody, I think there's some hesitancy because of the unknown for the next 2 years for the Green Bay Packers. They decided to move on from Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, we've made fun of his third-round pick acumen at times here. The next couple of years are huge for him, where Horst, he's
already done it.
He's got the championship.
Yes.
He was hired as an unknown, and he earned the trust of everyone.
But his move to switch from Bledsoe to Holiday was a big deal.
That won him a championship.
Yes.
And the way he's been able to fill out the rest of the roster with those little moves, getting Joe Ingles last year, making the trades that he has, Jay Crowder last year, he gets Wes Matthews, the way he's able to kind of get some good core players despite having so much money chewed up in Giannis and Chris and Drew and Brooke and all those players, he's done a tremendous job filling out the roster. He's without a doubt the GM you trust the most. So I'm with you. I don't want this trade, but if they do, I think I fall into I trust John Horst and what he's building.
But let me ask you a question, because we were talking about Mark Murphy and the cylinders. How does it work with the Bucks? Who fired Bud? Was it Horst?
Technically, it comes down to Horst, but
so he's higher than the head coach.
Yeah, He has firing power.
Okay.
With the Bucks, it seems it's more collaborative, where the ownership can get involved at times. But I think they kind of let Horst do his thing. Like Horst, anytime he's spending money, clearly has to run it by the people spending the money, but I think he's got their trust.
Okay. Well, I trust whatever he does.
Yeah.
I'll roll with it.
Because he's earned that trust.
Yes.
Unlike the other general managers currently in the sports landscape. We have Chewy's friend coming up later this hour. A buddy of Chew's. The guy we were talking about yesterday. The one that he has a bet going with for a Roback hoodie.
This is an ongoing bet.
Yes.
Which you are involved in heavily.
Yes.
And he disparaged you, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he wants some, Chew, he can come get some.
All right.
I'm right here.
Because he is coming to town, and he mentioned a potential match.
Let's go.
Between the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, I clearly want some strokes. But...
Because he kind of said something disparaging about you.
Wow. Can't wait to see
well,
this.
Well, he gave you a nickname. Do you want to hear it after, or do you want to hear it now?
I think that's a great tease. I want to hear it from him.
Okay.
I want to hear my nickname from him. So he's going to be joining us at 7 o'clock. By the way, I don't know what this guy's name is. All I know is he's in St. Louis. This is the guy.
He calls himself the Spaniard. So whatever you think of people who give themselves their own nicknames,
sure.
Homer.
This is the guy.
Okay. All right. So he's going to be joining us at 8:30. So right now we need two participants. 800-990-3776. Callers 2 and 4. Callers 2 and 4 to play Week in Re-Chew. 800-990-3776. We're going to see how much Chewy remembers from this week of shows. Coming up next, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Right now, seeing some delays northbound on 43 coming up from North Avenue all the way up to about Keith. The southbound side on and off the brakes from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive down towards the Burleigh area. Northbound 41 slowing from Wisconsin Avenue up past Swan Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, decreasing clouds, hazy with a high of 68 at the lakefront, 75 inland tonight, clear with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They talk about everything, but sports always comes first.
It's about winning and losing. It's about how you're looking, bro.
Who?
First of all, Jordan Love, and then the rest of the team.
One game out of 17. What's one game out of 17? You know what that is?
How you looking.
Raisin in the trail mix.
It's how you're looking. I don't know if it's raisin in the trail mix. It's only 17 games.
One of 17. 6%.
It's a little bit more significant.
Is there 6% raisin in the trail mix? I'll bet there is.
Spend your afternoons with Homer and Tony. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN.
It is one of my favorite things to chat about. It is the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and nobody better to talk with than Director of Sportsbook at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Justin Arnett. Justin, thanks for hanging with us. What is happening at the Sportsbook this week?
Baseball's in full swing, so yeah, we keep on trucking.
Speaking of the Sportsbook, nice and easy. I have been there. I find it to be incredibly easy to navigate. But if someone has not placed their first bet yet, what is your best bit of advice for them?
You know, I would say just come to the Sportsbook. We got our ticket writers. We're happy to help. And, you know, it's not that challenging. Or you can go to our website at paysbig.com/sportsbook, and there's a link. You can go to, if you hit click here, it'll take you to a URL where you can build your own bet. And it's pretty easy there. But if if you can't do that, just come to the book, and we're happy to help.
And that's the thing. You guys have so many experienced and nice people who want to help folks make their bets. But I love this idea of you can sit in the comfort of your home, you can build a bet ahead of time on the website, and then bring that QR code over to a kiosk or over to a window, and then they can help you place the bet. You guys are really making it easy for people to get in on this action. What else is happening at Potawatomi that people should be involved in?
You know, we're hiring. We are building. As part of the renovation, we're building all kinds of new events and venues. So we've especially got a lot of food and beverage hiring coming up.
What I love about this, Justin, is if you guys think you have found the right person for the gig, you're going to hire them on the spot. So this is a really easy opportunity to find your next career move. Full details on the recruitment event and everything sportsbook related can be found at paysbig.com. You must be very excited about continuing to grow the Potawatomi family.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've got some really big things in store, you know, with our big expansion coming up late in the summer. And then the next step, what I'm really excited about is our permanent sports book, which is going to rival really anything in the country. It's going to be pretty awesome.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I
get?
am stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
What's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
A little early because Chewy's buddy going to be joining us in about 10 minutes. Which could be a thing that continues to happen this summer, where we just get a closer look into Mark Chmura's life and what he does away from us here in the One Call That's All Gruber Law Offices studios in downtown Milwaukee and what he's doing with his free time. So we'll get a look into Chewy's life coming up in 10 minutes, but we're going to get a look in Chewy's brain right now in Weekend with Chew.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Rechew.
Ashley, who do we got on the line?
We've got Jack in the Falls, who is taking the under 2.5. He was the first caller today and going with the under. And we have Mindy in Muskego, who then gets the over.
Okay, so Jack must have been listening last week because you choked.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. With Joshy?
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
I came out like the Bucks 2-0 against the Raptors, and
a sore wound still.
We won a championship after. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. All right, you ready?
Question number 1. Which golfer were you referencing in this clip? I love
just
the
like
swing.
tall guys.
He's just a weird dude.
Oh, VJ Singh?
VJ Singh is correct answer.
It's too fast. Oh, boy.
Not feeling it? Yeah.
Ashton's a little panicky.
I'm looking at the rest of these. I don't feel good now.
All right, again, the way this game works, we have 5 questions. Chewy trying to get 3 of them correct to hit the over. That's the win. This one starts with an audio clip.
There's a lot of kids that go in the pool at water parks, and the bathroom is rarely used.
Why were you talking about water parks yesterday?
I thought it would be Whiz. Would be the correct answer.
Yeah, no. Why were you talking about that? Do you remember?
Why were you talking about water parks yesterday?
I have no idea.
Team building activities. Team building activities.
That's right.
You suggested water park.
But I think we all came to the conclusion they should have really played wiffle ball.
I mean, that'd be a
wiffle
fun
ball
one.
is the best. Grew up doing it. Oh, we should do. Let's not.
We can, but it's we is more or less Gabe and I.
Well, who's setting up the Olympics where we knock it all out in one day?
Well, Gabe, we'll figure that out. We just need to make sure you're available at your house.
Okay. I love how you come. Am I that big of a PIA?
No, you're just
me.
You're
Half a
diva.
cup.
You're a DIVA.
A diva?
No, he can spell.
I don't think I'm a diva.
Half a cup.
Oh, like 3/4 full.
All right, give me the third one.
Chewy's 1-1. Question number 3 seems pivotal. Trying to get the over. What sport am I talking about here? Figure out whatever else we want to do with wickets and sticks and balls.
Croquet. Wickets gave it away.
Yeah.
Well, I would keep getting yelled at for making it too difficult.
That could be the Olympics too. Are you guys good at croquet?
Oh, I'm not.
I used to be back in the day. I haven't played
golf you play.
Man, I haven't played croquet in 15 years.
I'm not a rich white, so I have no idea.
It's fair. All right, Chew, all you have to do to win, all you got to do is get one of the final 2 questions correct. Question number 4 begins with an audio clip.
Now, let me explain to you why, in the Chewy brain, they're not great.
Can you remember what alcoholic beverage made you give us this
Yeah, see, I
preamble
gave
this
that
week?
away.
Yeah.
My original question was so not easy.
Which my own
garbage.
son in Florida dined me
true.
out, which he was completely wrong. If you have to go searching out something in a state, that doesn't make it great. Am I right?
I disagree.
No, I mean, I disagree with your old-fashioned take. I disagree with the take in general.
Wrong.
I think I'm right.
You're allowed to think that, but congratulations.
So based on your, it has to travel in order to be great.
In which Homer agreed with me, and Homer doesn't agree with a lot of people on anything. He said absolutely right.
But in order for things,
I don't know if that's the ally you want.
but so lobster boil.
Yes,
Great.
doesn't
travel. So it's not
Doesn't
great.
travel.
So it's not great.
Correct.
Have you ever heard of a Juicy Lucy burger?
No.
Gabe?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
That's Minnesota.
Because I was trying to think of something from New England, where I'm from, that travels. Clam chowder.
Does not travel.
You're an idiot.
It travels, but it doesn't travel well.
Yeah.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Every fish fry tonight on Friday offers clam chowder. with
Yeah.
their fish
I'm just
fry.
saying, yes.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Don't get. Yes.
But
You
I
have to
just think
search
of
out the good one. Then is
But
what
think
you're
of
arguing.
the local restaurants that are great, and that's what make like a city specific, and like the food that makes a specific city great. It doesn't travel. Like McDonald's travels, Burger King travels. They're all over the country.
Yes.
But what makes a city's food scene great are the restaurants that are specific to that city. You know what I'm saying?
I take buffalo wings for example.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo wings are from Buffalo.
Yes.
You can go anywhere in the country, and most places have wings on their menu.
Yeah.
That travels, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking about cheese curds because some people called from Florida.
Yep.
And they're like, well, you can go to Culver's and get... If you have to travel to get it and it's specific only to one restaurant, that doesn't mean it travels.
There are very few things. I think what Gabe and my point is that there are very few things though that are like that. That's like an exclusive.
I'll give you another
club.
one, Ashton. Philly cheesesteak travels.
Nah, does it though? Based on, it's not on every restaurant. It's not on, you have to seek it out here. It's not on every restaurant's menu. You have to specifically go to different places and seek it out. In your world,
He had a cheesesteak.
in your
He had a
world,
cheesesteak.
so he still has it.
Yeah, thanks for
I
paying.
But
think
again,
you're
you
wrong.
have to specifically set that out. Like not every food truck's going to have it.
I'll give you a perfect one.
You keep trying to say
Right? A key lime pie. Have you had key lime pie?
Yeah.
Doesn't travel.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I'm losing track of what his argument actually is.
Yeah, it's
It
because
does not travel.
It does though.
No, it doesn't. No one has it on the
You can
dessert
get
menu.
key lime pie in
You
most
have
places
to
that
go
have
somewhere
pie.
specifically to get it.
Like a pie shop,
Yeah.
like
Right.
pie shop, on the east side perhaps.
New
where
York
I've had key lime
cheesecake
pie.
travels. New York cheesecake
It's just
travels.
a style of cheesecake. It's like Chicago style pizza.
Cheese,
Like,
guys do
cheesecake
not-
period travels.
What?
Cheesecake
Cheesecake.
period travels.
Yes. So what do you guys
I think
doing?
we're
You should be
agreeing.
agreeing
We're
with me.
agreeing.
Well, no,
I'm
but
disagreeing with me.
you're disagreeing with your own takes
Yeah,
left and right.
You don't know what you're saying.
You're
I
being
don't
very
think I am.
inconsistent.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right, let's just go ahead. You've already won, but
right.
we've got the last
We
question.
should take away his win for this BS that he just keeps going after.
You are referring to what here?
They
Bigger
just
and
keep
bigger and
getting bigger and bigger. My balls?
First of all, see a doctor, please, for your own safety.
I know you went to the dentist this week, but maybe it's time for a physical.
For a hernia checkup? What was I talking about?
Championship rings.
Oh, they do get bigger and bigger. Speaking of which, did you see Kansas City's?
613 diamonds.
How much does that thing cost?
Oh, give me a second.
No, it's not going to give you the price because
Somebody's got an estimation on
They
it.
send me every 5 or 10 years what my Super Bowl ring is worth as an appraisal.
Sure.
I don't remember. I think the last one was maybe 28 or 32.
Damn.
But I mean, this ring was 619 and there's rubies in it. It's got to be over $100,000 a ring,
Oh, I would think so.
right?
I would think so.
Wow.
Join former NBA stars and Marquette alumni Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener as they return to Milwaukee this summer for Wade versus Diener Champions for Literacy. Golf alongside the stars at the Bog in Saukville on July 24th. It's a day full of food, fun, events, and golf, all while funding local youth literacy projects. You can learn more and sign up at Wade versus Diener. That's wadevsdiener.givesmarts.com. Chewy's buddy, the Spaniard, coming up next.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
Seeing a bit of a backup along southbound on 43 from Capitol Drive all the way down past Locust. The northbound side, nice and quiet. Everything's gone back to normal. East and westbound 94 has not had any kind of problems, although we do have a little bit of building volume there. Everything is moving along at a good clip. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, decreasing clouds, hazy with a high of 68 at the lake, 75 inland. Tonight, clear with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has this Saturday, June 17th, packed with tons of fun. There will be 2 rides to choose from. One, starting in Iron Ridge for the Dogs and Hogs event, benefiting Battleground 22. The other starting in Milwaukee for the Ride for Veterans, benefiting Veterans Outreach Wisconsin. It's tons of fun for everyone. For more details, like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
This is going to be interesting, so pay attention.
Mountains and trees. Ducks and hunting dogs. Dinosaur bones. Meteorites. Steel that's carved like the leather stirrups on a Western saddle. Damascus steel, like they make swords out of. Carbon fiber. Hardwood.
Manly things.
Hardwood. You already said that. I know. I just like the sound of it. Hardwood. It does have a nice ring to it.
Ring. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I got us off track.
Kessler's has wedding bands for men.
Real men.
Made of manly things.
He wants you to wear a big, beautiful diamond so that everyone you meet will know how much he loves you.
Why not insist that he wear something equally cool?
You'll tell your grandkids about the day you went shopping for this wedding band at Kessler's when they ask,
"Where did you get such a cool ring? And what is it made of?"
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Want to get FDA-approved generic Viagra sent to your door and get your first month free? FreeRexMD.com has made the process incredibly simple. Here's what FreeRexMD.com patients are saying.
The process was really easy. You go online, you answer the medical questions. I didn't have to call a doctor. They made it fast and simple.
I order it. The medication is at my house within a couple of days. I can tell my wife is happier. I am definitely much happier.
Your consultation is free, your shipping is free, and your first month is free. Generic Viagra starting at just $2 per tablet at FreeRexMD.com.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
It's life-changing. It's literally life-changing.
I wish I hadn't waited as long as I did.
Go to FreeRexMD.com to get started right now and get your first month free. That's FreeRexMD.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it, he said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the 2 youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I have no idea how this next segment is going to go.
Nor do I.
And I think that's what's going to make it fun. The Spaniard is what we are calling him. He is Chewy's buddy. We referenced this man earlier this week as he and Chewy have a bet on the U.S. Open. They used to pick 3 golfers, and now they've gone down to just 1 player each. So really it's Brooks Koepka versus Scotty Scheffler. And 2 rowbacks on the line. Is that what correct, Chew?
Yeah, because the carryover from
the PGA,
which should be under protest, by the way. He'll try to explain it the way he wants.
Okay.
But you know how it works.
We head to St. Louis and the Spaniard. Welcome to the program.
What's your status?
Hey,
Como estas, amigos?
Let me ask you a
how do you-
question.
first-
What do you think of people that give themselves their own nicknames?
Well, you know, I'm an immigrant from Spain, so at this point, we're just trying to survive over here. That's all we're trying to do is survive.
See what he's just.
He's got an answer for everything. How did you two meet?
You want to tell it, or you want me to?
That's the most important question to ask.
Tell
Well,
your version, and then I'll tell my version.
Okay, go ahead. So here's
All right,
how we met.
here it is.
You guys are
That's
idiots.
already two peas in a
You
pod.
guys are idiots.
So he wants me to go first?
Yeah.
So I'm in Mexico, right? I don't know the guy. We're probably on our 5th day there. I've seen him at the pool. Big pool, pretty big resort, you know. The pool probably has 250 people around it. So me and Ange are kind of sitting off in the corner like I do. And I see these two guys looking at me. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Here we go. And then they start walking my way. Now, granted, it's probably 4 o'clock. We're a little saucy.
Sure.
And you could hear this guy all day long. That's his personality. And I'm like, oh, they're walking this way. Is it? And I'm not moving my lips.
Gatorade.
I'm like, get ready with the Gatorades. So he's walking over in the pool.
For
with
those
his
who
buddy.
don't know, Gatorade is Chewy's.
Time to leave.
Yeah, that's Chewy's word that he tells Angie when he wants to get out of a
And
conversation.
that comes from Brett and Frank back in the day when you get these fans that are a little overzealous. So he's coming, starting out conversation, you know, very smooth. He's a smooth operator. I will give him that. So he comes over, and then we're probably back and forth bantering for about 5 minutes. And here comes you Chewy? I'm like, all right, here we go. Didn't need the Gatorade. Kind of like the guy. Good guy.
Okay.
And ever since, what was that, Johnny? 6, 7 years ago?
I think it's 7 years ago. It was actually, it was about 11 in the morning, and I'm coming across the pool. Well, I had gotten done signing some autographs myself, okay?
Oh, sure.
There was a big group of people down there that recognized me and all that. So I was signing, and actually my Sharpie ran out. So I was looking for another pen.
His
and I
brain
figured,
works like mine.
So I slide on over across the pool, and I see this big monster over there with the tiniest little kind of dorky Superman tattoo that you get when you're like 12 years old or whatever on his arm.
Yep. It's all tracks.
And he's drinking white wine. Like, do you know a lot of guys that are 6'6", 284, sipping on some Pinot Grigio at 11 o'clock at an all-inclusive resort? I'm like, what a dork. Anyway, I go over, ask him for the Sharpie. He doesn't have the Sharpie. Then I said, hey, are you Mark Chimera? He kind of squirmed a little bit, said yes. We started chatting. I went into a water polo match. About 45 minutes later, I laid about 9 or 10 beautiful assists because he doesn't play defense.
It's shocking.
He just lays up.
But talks the whole time. Talks
And
the
I'm
whole
talking,
time.
but I gave
Commentary.
him-
Go ahead, John.
I talked hard. Yeah, and I laid about 9 assists on him. After that, he came over and said, hey, can I buy you a Pinot Grigio? I said, I'm a man. I don't drink that stuff, but I'll take a beer. We started talking, met him out after dinner the next night, and 7 years later, it's just an absolute frickin' circus.
So
I believe that part. Absolutely. So we're talking to Chewy's buddy, the Spaniard, lives in St. Louis, but they know each other.
So you have a nickname for me. We both stayed at each other's houses multiple times, and he has a nickname for me. You want to tell people what that nickname is?
The nickname is the elephant.
Oh yeah, that I will back that. Every
He
day,
gets up
every
at-
day. Hey,
Every morning, he gets up. His routine, because he made me sign an NDA, kind of like Tiger Woods' girlfriend had to sign. So I can't really go into too many details about him because he made me sign this because he's real private. But he drinks a full gallon of water in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's and all kinds of stuff from his nose, and I guess from getting hit by Steve Atwater comes out of his nose. It's it sounds like a zoo in the morning at his house.
I can vouch for that because every day when he comes in for our pre-show meeting at about 6:30 in the morning, when there's a couch that he lays down on, the noises that he makes when he gets situated on that thing, just
the amount of people that have come up to us and asked, "Is he okay?" Like, yeah, just
there was. This is not made up. This is not made up. There were people here who were working on our office who came running into the room where we were to make sure everybody was okay after he made that noise.
All right, Johnny, you got to help us out here. You listen to the show every now and then. You didn't know that Ashton's close to getting engaged.
I'm not.
Now, you own wedding venues. You are the king of wedding venues in St. Louis. Explain to Ashton if he decided to have the wedding at one of your places, talk to him about Tarvosky Light. Give him the gamut.
All right, well, I can't talk about this because I paid Chewy high seven-figure deal to wear the Andres logo on his sleeve on the robot. High seven figures, high seven. But basically, you come to Andres in St. Louis. We got 19 spots, full meal, linens, chair covers, centerpieces, complimentary cake cutting, 4-hour open bar. And we're going to go with, scotch, bourbon, gin, vodka, rum. Now, included in the regular package, we go with our house brand, which is called Tarvosky Light. It's 40 proof. It's not 80.
Okay.
So instead of drinking, 6 like you normally would, Gabe, you just got to drink 12. But it gets you to the point. And it's $3.18 a bottle. It's all about profit margin.
It's got smart.
Tarvosky Light. That's where we're going to set your wedding up there. All right, let's transition. You are coming to town after July 4th. My buddy belongs to Shaniqua. I'm going to talk to him. It's a very nice course out here. I want you and Gabe head to head. Now, you've never met Gabe. You never met Gabe, but you've been disparaging towards him because he helps me out with my picks, which we are 2-0.
Yeah.
I should give you piece of a robot because you're very... But you, when it came to the golf game, you gave Gabe a nickname. Would you like to tell Gabe what that nickname is?
Yes. Well, I went on Instagram, started following you guys, and Gabe, I'm a huge fan. I mean, you talk about me growing on Chewy. You have grown on me.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
started off a little rocky.
Sure.
But boy, have you grown on me. Your knowledge, you're really starting to pull it together. Your golf swing's solid. I got a feeling when we play, we're going to hit the back nine. It's going to be a little tight. And then the 10th's coming out. Because you're going to fold like a 10.
Does Gabe get strokes? Now, you were a scholarship golfer.
At Division I at Mizzou. Yep.
So, correct. Gabe, do you want strokes? I mean, I've seen his game.
Yeah.
I can take care of this.
Okay.
Because he also has a nickname called Magnets. And what happens on the Friday before you're going to play on Saturday, it's the weirdest thing. He drinks alcohol, and it polarizes his body. Because if there are metal studs in a building, he automatically leans up against the wall wherever he goes. And I've seen him play after a night of magnets.
Okay.
And a 4-year-old could beat him.
All right. Well, if you take care...
So I don't think you need strokes, but if you want them, they're available.
Well, if you take care of Friday night, then I don't need strokes on Saturday.
Which is perfect.
Well, it's a new leaf. I started drinking this Pinot Grigio lately, and now I don't get hammered anymore.
Stay in St. Louis, then.
Oh, man.
I will say this about Chewy. For all you listeners out there that he is one of the funnest guys, but you'll never see anybody. He drinks white wine during the day. The second the sun goes down, he switches over to the red. Never seen anything like it.
One other thing, John, have you ever seen me go to the bar and get my own drink?
No. He's absolutely into such a routine, this guy, folks. I'm telling you.
So
and if anything
Angie's always getting you the drinks?
Oh, God.
Angie or John or Nate or...
He docks it, Don. We do have to give a shout-out. In water polo, we give nicknames to everybody. When you get a nickname, that means you're on our list. We're going to kind of let you a little in the group. We got nicknames of acrylic, guy with some acrylic teeth we called. There was another guy, Boston. We had a bunch of nicknames. So, we usually go every March. We're looking to recruit. I think I'm going to move into coaching and management instead of playing. But if you want to come, Gabe, we'd love to put you on our water polo team. You can take my spot, and we'll have a great nickname for you, Tent.
Oh, man. We certainly appreciate the time, John, for you jumping on, give us a little more insights into what Mark Chmura is like outside of 7 and 9 in these studios.
Well, you guys have an amazing day. I'll actually be up in Wisconsin. I'm doing a little speaking engagement for the Purina Animal Nutrition. I'll be at the Kalahari Resort. How far is that from you guys?
Kalahari, that's up in the Dells. It's going to be...
He's always selling.
That's about an hour 50.
That's one
2
thing
hours.
about he's always selling, which is okay.
Yeah, well, folks, I'll be there Tuesday, 9:30. If you want to peek your head into this, huge ballroom and learn something, the Spaniard's coming to town.
I'm good.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you, too. You guys have a great show. I love listening. Have a great weekend, boys. Hey, by the way, it's my frickin' birthday today.
Oh, hey, happy birthday.
Well, we don't get cell service. I sent the text out already. You didn't get it?
Yeah, thanks, Chewy.
Right.
Another segment. What did Chewy forget today? That's Spaniard's birthday.
He just panicked, picked up his phone.
Have a great day, boys.
Chewy just picked up his phone real quick and said happy birthday.
That's awesome.
So good. Wait, so when you were at my wedding, you were there by yourself?
Yes.
Did you get your own wine there?
He was at the bar there.
He was? You were like up against the
was
bar,
at the bar.
and you
Actually,
hunkered,
yeah.
you hunkered
Yeah, I
down,
was
you
with
kind
you.
of surrounded yourself with some GKB people.
But I was mesmerized, completely mesmerized. And all I wanted to know is how Homer lost one of his front teeth.
Yeah, that's true. That was quite a day.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And he was acting like
There was nothing wrong.
Nothing. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if your summer was filled with more days enjoying the weather than sitting around in a dealership at Ewald Automotive? You can, and they'll help you get in and out in about an hour. With the Buys of Summer event, you won't find a lower-priced new vehicle anywhere, and they guarantee it. With live market pricing, you won't overpay for a used vehicle either. And with over 1,000 available vehicles, you'll be sure to find the right car for you or your family. Ewald Automotive, they know what they're doing. They make it easy for you. Start by going to ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. This summer is packed. 94.5 ESPN's Packed Summer Series kicks off with the return of Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel. Tune into ESPN Milwaukee's social media channels every day from June 12th through 16th for exclusive green and gold content. It's Packed Lunch with Gabe Neitzel, all week long starting at noon on ESPN Milwaukee's social channels.
I have told you guys about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside another hotel here in Milwaukee, St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Now there is even more to be excited about as the restaurant has added a variety of new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can now enjoy menu items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and so much more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Explore these new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com. That's proofpizzamke.com.
Get up, get out, get over here, go! It's the Grand Slam giveaway at Potawatomi. This June, play with your club card and you'll have 4 chances to hit big and slide into home with a share of the show-stopping $400,000 in cash and prizes. 50 winners each Thursday. Step up and knock your luck out of the park. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/Grand Slam. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
With summer in full swing, now's the perfect time to head to the ballpark.
Score great deals on great seats from our friends at Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Every crack of the bat, every diving catch, every heart-pounding play. Experience it live, in person, from the first pitch to the final inning. Vivid Seats has a huge selection of MLB tickets, and they're the only ticket company that rewards your purchases. For the best selection of 2023, shop now. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they can save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time. Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely gonna need a cold one. There's the one. This week we're going with Hillsborough Brewing Company. I've got a snappy IPA in hand. Head brewmaster Dave is going to tell me why it's his favorite beer from Hillsborough.
We brew about 2,500 barrels of beer a year, and my favorite one is the Snappy IPA, which features Citra hops and very drinkable 7% alcohol, and it's a great summer beer, easy to take with you to the beach or the ballpark, and just a fantastic drinking IPA. I think our beers are quite approachable. They're not far out there and crazy. They're very drinkable and they're at a very competitive price.
Thanks again to Dave from Hillsborough Brewing Company for giving us all the insight on the Snappy IPA, especially that summer is here. Remember, the fridge should always be stocked.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes.
Was it a mistake?
Yep.
Ashy bashy?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
You didn't even know what the hell I said.
You asked if it was a mistake.
What was
a mistake?
Go back to soccer on 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Leaderboard update brought to you by Pinehurst Resort. Day 2 of the U.S. Open at LA Country Club in Los Angeles. Ricky Fowler, Xander Schauffele both firing 800 par 62s yesterday morning. Fowler goes off at 1:32 p.m. today, 1:54 p.m. for Xander. Those are Central Time. Wyndham Clark, Dustin Johnson, both shooting 600 pars yesterday. Viewing begins right now over on Peacock, but it'll begin on television on the USA Network at noon. Some of the featured groups today include Tony Finau, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlay teeing off at 10:13. Brooks Koepka, Hideki Matsuyama, and Rory McIlroy at 10:24. Colin Morikawa, Max Homa, Scotty Scheffler, Chewy's guy tee off at 3:43, and Xander Schauffele, Victor Hovland, John Rahm, part of the feature group that tees off at 3:54. This leaderboard update brought to you by Pinehurst Resort at Pinehurst. It is someone's U.S. Open every day. Visit pinehurst.com now to plan your stay. The Spaniard, a big hit among the fans of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, who are texting in at 800-990-3776. Matthew and Waukesha saying, we need the Blammer on next.
I told him yesterday, but I think the Blammer will really be entertaining if we tell him he's not on the radio. He's just
dangerous
talking to.
Can we legally do that?
Nope.
It's a gray area?
Yeah,
we can figure it out?
We could say once he's on the radio, say, by the way, you're on the radio, and then...
But I told him he's going to come on the radio. I just didn't tell him when, so I think that covers it from a legal standpoint.
Definite gray area.
That was, hands down, the best segment ever. This from the 262. Hashtag long live the Spaniard. Hashtag more Chewy friends.
All right, so I got the Blammer.
And the Blammer is?
My neighbor, Chernobyl Corn.
Okay.
We can get into that. And then Jimmy Taylor is set to appear, who owns Taylor's downtown.
Yep.
And he'll tell a few stories of back in the day.
We've got some questions for Jimmy Taylor as well.
So many.
Lee and Racine have a new outlook for Chewy. Never realized how high-end he was with the wine.
Oh, my God. Chewy and I once spent 5 minutes. He was showing me pictures of his wine cellar and the app that he uses because I said my girlfriend likes wine, so I need to start buying some. And he said, here's the app. You have to get it. You go to the store, you scan it. Yeah. Chewy, 5 minutes. That guy talk about it like that.
Oh,
Yeah, but I can drink. The thing with white wine is you can drink a $9 or a $10 bottle of Chardonnay, and it really doesn't matter.
Sure.
So when you break it down, my glass of Chardonnay is less than what a beer would be, and certainly less than what a mixed drink would be. So it's not really that bougie, right?
When you have to start breaking down the cost of the wine, yeah, I think it's a little...
Now, one of the most embarrassing things, Gabe, and it happens every time I go to lunch with my wife, she orders a beer, and I order a white wine, and they always put the beer in front of me, and they put the white wine in front of her.
Again, those are the gender
norms. And then
norms.
it goes, oh, that's mine, followed by the waiter or waitress going, huh. I don't have a problem with it.
Sure.
Like I'm wearing pink shorts today.
No, you don't care.
No.
Pete in McGuanago wants to know, what's the story behind the Superman tattoo?
Me and Brett went to Phoenix on an off week in 1993. We woke up early because we were on our bye week. Started knocking them back. By 11 o'clock, we talked ourselves into getting a tattoo. Went to the place, decided on Superman tattoos, and kind of regretted on the way home because Holmgren / our dad was not going to be happy with that. So we had to hide it for a while. It just so happens the Monday we started practice again, it was like 94 degrees out, and we were both wearing sleeves. So everyone was like, what the hell are you doing?
What's going on here?
Yeah, so that's the story.
That's the story behind the Superman tattoo. Some of the polls we have on Jen Gabe Chewy at Jen Gabe Chewy on Twitter. Do you have to have a TV in the bedroom? 57.4% of people are saying yes.
Okay.
True or false, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, Delaware is a part of the South. 79.4% of people are saying false.
Yeah, we need to rework that map.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just inaccurate.
Would you rather have a flight to Florida that leaves at 5:30 a.m. or 9 p.m.? 86.6% of people saying 5:30 a.m., which is Chewy's flight on Sunday. He's going down to Florida.
Well, because you can still enjoy the day. Right? A little sleepy, maybe a little nap in there, but...
And the only sports question we bothered to ask today, the Bucks have been rumored to be interested in trading for Bradley Beal. Would you be willing to give up either Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton in a trade for Bradley Beal? It's close, but 53.5% of people are saying yes.
That's shocking.
I mean, most people are out on Chris Middleton. I shouldn't say most, but it seems like there are a lot of people out on Chris Middleton, and it drives me wild because Chris Middleton's really good.
I agree.
He's underappreciated by his own fan base.
Would you want... 2 of your 3 studs being a 1 and a 2?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a guard league, man. You got to be able to create your own.
Okay.
And guards are the ones that you typically can create their own play.
Do you think this happens with... Well, it can't happen with Middleton because can he block the trade? Or
well, so he's in an interesting spot because he can opt out. And if he opts out, because he has a $40 million option... My guess is the team is trying to work on some sort of long-term extension to knock his cap number down.
Yeah.
So, they're not paying as much in the repeater tax. And so some sort of long-term deal that has more guaranteed money than the $40 million that he has for the option this year.
So you think Middleton waking up this morning, seeing this news, is happy about it or upset about it?
I think he's fine with it, but he's not going to opt in. Like, he's going to have questions.
Yes.
Hey, if you're going to trade me, why would I opt in? Why wouldn't I just become a free agent?
That's
go where I want?
That's the first place I would go. My default would be like, they're trying to move me.
Yeah, which, again, it would make more sense for them to trade Drew Holiday, but that doesn't make sense either because then you're without a point guard. So this is something that just logistically does not make sense, and I don't think the Bucks ultimately would end up doing.
Okay.
We will not be here on Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday. Jen will still be in Germany. So more shenanigans with the boys. starting Tuesday. Willie and Tausch coming up next, 94.5 ESPN.
We do still have some backups on southbound 43. They're very minimal, though, just north of Capitol Drive all the way down to about Locust. Then it opens up and you're all good. East and westbound 94 has been pretty quiet all morning long. We also have a great ride along 41 north and southbound between Highway Q and the Zoo interchange. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle, the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin. Schedule your tee time at club@laclabelle.com and start